Alright, hello again, YouTubers. This right here is one of the saddest, and I really mean saddest things. They get these plants, they put them inside the store, and as you can see, they're taped on top and everything, so they don't get any water. And they can sit there until they die, which I had to tell the lady that 3 young ones that was half this size, probably about like this, need to be removed because they were completely dried out, which means they're dead, they're not coming back. Also, they leave the lights on. These plants, yes, they love light. I use a CFL, high-grade CFL that puts off a blue ray, which is for vegetative growth, or green. The red ray is for flowering, but as you can see, it looks like he's been shook up in his container. I don't know if a kid grabbed a hold of him or what. He's got his mouth open right here. Just a second ago it was closed, but he's got 2 monstrous mouths right here. So what we're going to do is take him out just for a second, trim him up a little bit, give him some water. Okay, this is the important thing on these plants. Distilled water. Distilled water or rainwater that you collect. That's it. So we're going to take him out, we're going to water him, and we're going to try to feed him. Also, another thing that's sad is they have these draining kits, which inside, most of the time you can see, and you'll see more in a little bit, that there's, something already going on in there. So, but it gives you directions and everything on how to do it. But let's do one thing at a time. Let's take care of this one, and then we'll start this one right here, which it's got the Venus flytraps and then the purple pitcher, which I at one time did have a purple pitcher, but I was given the wrong kind of solution to put it in when I repotted it, and it killed it. So, and they didn't give me any money back for, killing my plant. So that was just a lost cause situation there. I do have my fishing bowls and everything with rocks and all that for a very good terrain, but right now this plant right here has been through a lot. It has been uptown just about all day with no water. So let's go on and start taking care of it, okay? We're gonna open it up. You see he's taped in there. Okay, now they always have this one little shield in here, which if you pull on it the wrong way, it'll trigger the traps, and then you won't be able to feed them. So you always kind of turn it just sideways and upside down, and just hold on to the plastic and let the plastic guide it out. Just keep the plastic on there. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Alright. So, we got him out of here, which he may be going back, depending on what we do or do not find, which the bottom was messed up, which somebody must have been messing with him, trying to steal him, or God knows what. Okay, let's pick him up. Now this piece, it can be removed, but I recommend cutting it off. And as you see, it's starting to try to flower. I'm not going to mess with that right now. One thing I'm concerned about is, this was so dry, it's falling out. And it's just so sad that they have these plants in there, doing that. There's a black one right there between the two I'm going to try to feed in a minute, so I'm going to remove that and get it cleaned up some. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how to remove the dead and how to feed the living. Alright, hello everyone and welcome back. I've got my secret tool, which is tweezers. You'll need tweezers and scissors or something to cut with. Nothing really big. You could use clippers, I guess, depending on what you have to do. But if you take a good look at this, you can see it's dry. I mean, it's horrible. But this is a terrain that I basically got for it, and it would actually fit pretty good in there. It'd help keep the humidity and everything in, but it's always going to be a little bit higher than what it shows here because you have to put some rocks in the bottom to hold it up out of the water, and then you got to have Schultz perlite and Schultz peat moss, or you could just use the stringy moss, I guess, if you wanted. Or you just leave it like this, throw the rocks in there, and put this in there and let it be. But that's if you don't care. But we care about this plant. This plant was actually expensive. It was not marked down or anything. So, first of all, what this is surrounding it, we need to get it off. There we go. Once you get one final cut, you can basically just whoop, do like that. And that really needed to come off. This plant has completely outgrown this, and that's why I said it's so sad. I mean, they keep how do they keep these plants inside and don't water them, We're not going to mess with that no more. Okay, so here it is. Now, this terrain, it's like a fishbowl. They're pretty expensive though, but I'm going to give you a little tip. Go to Dollar Tree, they're only $1. Same with the rocks. Get a whole big bag of them for $1 at Dollar Tree. So, I'm not going to remove none of these coming up because I'm not sure if it's new growth or if it's trying to flower. I believe it's trying to flower, but we will see. Let's see. We're just going to kind of poke this down and around and not have nothing really sticking up except the traps. We can put this back in if we take too much out accidentally. Okay. This is basically where the tweezers come in at. We're going to grab this piece right here because it's black, and we're going to pull it and see how far the black goes, and it looks like, yeah, the entire thing is black, so we're just going to pull that completely out. Hold it right here and just yank it. There we go. Yeah, get that head out because that head will not never eat again. It ate something it did not like, or it didn't get enough water. Blackhead, bad. Just remember that. It's like getting a blackhead on your face or something, right? So, okay. So we got these two that's ready to eat. This one's so old that it's starting to develop the red inside. These look like they've just kind of, you know, said okay, whatever, and given up. If I can loose them. There's a little bit more black right here. If you run into any black, you want to get it out, because it'll probably, you know, spread. You don't want it to spread because it'll kill your plant. One thing you can't do on these: no fertilizer whatsoever, no insecticide, no pesticide. You just feed them bugs and that's it, or let them get the bugs themselves. Now this one right here is black, so I am going to remove it. This one is very, very thick and black. I'm going to remove it. And that one, there we go. I can pick these out. Now, I could take this out to check the root system out, but I'm almost positive that it has not outgrown it. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, about 3 blackheads out so far. So we got that done. See if we can pack this in some. Looks like we got a little bit of black right here too. You always want to remove black dead. Always. There we go. Yeah, that one there's definitely totally black, and it's trying to hide. Come on out, we don't want you. Come on, there we go. Get the black out. If it's just a black head, you can just remove the head and leave the green on. But what's sad is, you know, they love light, but they've got to have a resting period. You know, it's just like people. They have this saying on television commercials: a person in motion stays in motion. A person at rest stays at rest. I do not agree with that at all, because I can run around in circles, but when I get tired, I'm going to stop and rest, which means I'll be in motion, but I don't stay in motion. I'm going to stop and rest. Well, it's the same thing with these plants. They get enough sun, and they need to have their little nighttime, you know, to kind of sleep. So when we come back, we're going to feed these 2 heads right here, and water it, and then put it back in its train. Alright everyone, I'm back with my secret weapon. It's actually my turtle's food. Freeze-dried crickets. I was looking online, and they had this thing where they had some flies or something that was freeze-dried, so I figured since I had them, I might as well, you know, feed them that. So I'm not exactly sure if it's the head or the bottom part of I'm just gonna hold this in my hand instead of. Okay, I'm not sure if it's the head or the bottom that's got the protein that the plant wants, the nutrients, but we're just gonna stick it in here and see if we can get. There we go. It took it. Trying to get it out now. I'm not trying to get the cricket. There we go. Yeah, it was very, very hungry. Hungry, hungry hippo, right? Let's see, did it close all the way? If it didn't close all, yeah, it closed all the way. It was hungry. Okay, this one is just the head part. So hopefully it's the protein part, because we're gonna feed this head here now. Oh wow, look at that. That thing was hungry. Okay. Now that we've done that and we got it fed, I'm not really going to worry about feeding the little ones here and stuff. You've seen how the big ones snap down. This one is probably a little bit help right there. Yeah, there. I squeezed it a little bit. And it's okay to do that. You know, if it's too big for the plant, you can squeeze it a little bit for the plant, and you know, the plant will close up a little bit more, and that way it'll take in more. Okay, now this is this, I guess, if you're smart, it's common sense. We're going to take this, they've been fed, so we don't have to handle them, you know, a certain way. We're not worried about triggering the traps because they've already been fed. We're going to put this back in here, and we're basically just going to drop it. Oh, yeah, that looks like I heard it, right? I did not heard it. Okay. Let's get this right here out. And this here. And as you can see, the two that I fed, are right up here, so I can watch them. Like I said, this cover here is not going back on. Okay, we're going to close it up because, like I said, this plant has really been through a lot today, and it just needs to chill out a little while before it goes on with its life. So this is what you want to do next. Water. But before you do, the way they make these bottoms, you can actually take the plant out from the bottom if you wanted to. So we're going to pick it up because it's going to leak water. And you just put like a foam plate. Foam plates work great. You can get them at the Dollar Tree for $1. Okay, so we got that there, and they're fed. Now we're going to take out the secret weapon, distilled water. Haha. Get the cap off. Pour that in. Now I'm going to pour until it kind of gets in the plate a little bit, because I want it to be like a humidity tray here. That's another reason you want to use a plate. But don't go over an inch. There you do. That little sucker was pretty dry, wasn't it? Because it drank a lot. Okay. So we have it water now. We can go on and close this so it can get the, you know, humidity and all it needs to continue on with its life. And well, since we're done with that one, I guess the next video we'll be working on the poor little ones that they've somehow put in dormancy. So we're going to put this plant right here, about where that one is, and that one's still eating, both of them. Like it'd be about a week. So, you know, just find something to stand it up on. It needs to be about 4 inches from it, so it won't be that hard. But the next video, I'm going to show you how to make the dormant come back to life. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or contact me, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you. Okay, working on the terrarium now. I noticed some things. Remember the box was a little messed up, and on the bottom, like it had been tampered with. It's got everything. It's I got the dirt, the moss, but then instead of having one of each, I ended up with 2 bags. So I'm gonna have 4 plants in here. Now I know like the Venus flytrap can easily fit in the fish bowl pretty well, but the pitcher plants, they like to get tall. They get really tall and they get big, spread out. You'd have to get a really big bowl for them. But it's telling me here what they look like with them being dormant, and instructions of how to put them in the terrain. Basically do everything except from 1/4 inch from the top. I guess that's so you can add water. And I guess they think you're stupid because they tell you to put the, when you put it in the Venus flytrap or the pitcher plant, to roots first down, then press firmly into moss. So I got the moss and everything. And one thing, this right here, it says, I don't know if you can quite read it, but I'll read it for you. It says place within 1 to 4 feet of a window, glass door, or fluorescent light. Okay, I agree with that, but I don't, because it's not saying north, south, east, or west. And also on the fluorescent light thing, they're not saying CFL, and they're not telling you what kind. So basically, according to the information I have here that's telling me how to do this, I'm going to be opening this pack here up. And once again, none of these plants are going in the fish bowl for at least a couple weeks. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to eat chocolate. I ain't really ate nothing all day yet. Even though the fish bowl is new and the rocks are new, these right here will both have to be, put in bleach for a little while and everything. So, alright, it says to open this up. Well, actually, before I make a mess, I'm going to do this. Now, this is something I have not mentioned. If you are a smoker, which I'm sure you are, you just don't do it on YouTube or something. When you go dealing with plants, you need to sanitize your hands with hand sanitizer, or go to the bathroom and wash them with an antibacterial soap after you smoke a cigarette or anything like that. So, just wanted to let you know that. Okay. Now this is the terrarium set. So these are supposed to be dormant, but I'm fixing to show you they're not. I bet I can even tell you what's what. Now I did read ahead, and it said dormant plants should show new growth within 4 to 8 weeks, and also to add 1/4 cup of untreated water, which that would be the distilled water. So I already got that ready. Just gonna put this in here. These foam plates are great. Okay. I really don't know what that's for, because I never see that when you buy them. They're always, and look, that's a hard. Yeah, you gotta work those out. Definitely. Now 1/4 on this container, which they gave me, which I think is the wrong container. Push that down some so there'll be enough. Well, it can't be too tight because it's the plants, but okay. It says fill container with the soil mixture, soak the sphagnum moss and bottled. And okay, so we got to soak this right here in water for a little bit. So we're going to open it up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, whew, this is why you save stuff. Leftovers right here. This water is still good, and so is the moss. And apparently I'm going to need extra moss because I have extra plants. So, put that in there and let that soak for a minute. Hopefully it won't be longer than a minute. Let's soak all that up. Alright. And not only is this distilled water, but it's been sitting distilled water. So, that's good. Okay, it soaked pretty good. Now it says to put it on top of here. But leave enough room for watering, which I don't see how that's possible, but okay. Whatever. I mean, I've done a kit like this before, but you know, it actually gave me like a glass case that had a lid and everything. It was nothing like this. I don't know if someone switched it out or what, but this is kind of weird on my part. And that's the reason I got another one of these. Is like I said before, my pitcher plant died, and they don't sell the pitcher plants by themselves anymore. You can only get them in these little kits like this, and I don't really like to get plants off the net because, you know, the shipping and all stresses them, and it's just turns out to not be worth it, put it that way. And this string is bugging me, so I'm going to cut it. Okay. Let's get these plants out because they want us to do them next. Jeez. It was opening just fine and then it stopped. The package is like totally out of control. Jeez, good thing I know what I'm doing. Good thing I've done this before with the actual kit. I mean, there wasn't this much grown on it, but okay. Let's pull this out here. Okay, I'm sure you can see that. That looks to be the pitcher plant, I'm gonna say, and that's not even looking at the roots because I haven't looked at the roots. Can't really see the roots. I'm feeling around in here for another hard piece. And I'm not feeling another hard piece, so this must actually be both of them together. Wow, that's wicked. Okay. So, I don't know. I guess I don't need this soil. I can, well, I mean, I can use it on something else, but here's the roots. This goes up. Okay. We know. Thank you. We're going to put it over here on this side a little bit, so we'll have room to put the other two, which the other one I can definitely see two in it. Okay, we got that down. Okay. I'm just playing. Okay, let's open up this other bag here. And you can do this right here during the day, night, or whenever. But they really should tell you what kind of fluorescent light to use and all that. You've probably heard of the plant lights before. Don't get those. Those don't help your plants grow. They just, if you actually read the box, it says it's to help them just look better. Okay, let's put that there. They're anything else in here. I don't know. I think I feel something here. It might just be a chunk. Yeah. Whoa. I don't know what that was. Oh, the camera fell. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't even know how the camera fell. Now I gotta adjust it and everything. And I got stuff on my hands. Oh, that sucks. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here. That's all I'm trying to do. Just feel for something. It's a little hard. And there it is. Right there. Found it. Now see, this one actually had two that came out of it, but they basically look the same. I would say this is the pitcher plant and this is the Venus flytrap. I guess I need to check this bag here again. But basically, we're just going to make little holes and put these in, roots down first, and then we're going to put the 1/4 cup of water, and then we're going to put it back in its terrain, which it didn't come with any terrain, so we're just going to put it back in the box and have water on the bottom of the tray here. Okay, let me make a little hole right here. It is so sad the way they do these plants. I mean, Jesus. They already just about went extinct because everybody, you know, wanted them and stuff. So people started collecting them, and they kind of went extinct, and then they started just growing them in greenhouses and, you know, selling them to whoever looked in the magazine and said, hey, I want those. Which, I don't know, I think it'd probably be cheaper just to go out and pick them myself, which, I don't know, I'm not in that area, so that might be illegal. Let me check this bag one more time for anything. I'm just, you know, feeling around for like a little knot or something. Feels like there's a little knot right here, like a little nudge. And the little nudge happened to be a piece of bark. Gee, thanks. Maybe if I just move it around a little bit. Well, the only thing I can think of, oh, God, the camera fell again. But the only thing I can think of is they've already grown together, so these are leaning over pretty bad. I'm put some of this soil on top and everything, and then put it back in its terrarium, this box here, and have water in here, and that's basically what I'm going to do after I have these, you know, where they're sticking up a little bit more. So thank you again for watching. Please leave a comment, like, hate, whatever. You can see there's a close-up of the plants, and that's it. Even though they're clean, the rocks and everything, put them in bleach before you ever use them. Use distilled water only. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll get back to you. And it says here 4 to 8 weeks you'll see new growth, so I'll get back to you when I see new growth. Take care, and bye-bye.